Good morning, all. Welcome to Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario. I am Marie. I am going to talk to you today about fire starters because, as you can see, maybe in the background you can see, we had quite the snowstorm last night. Roads were closed, accidents everywhere, and we always run wood fires here. We have one in the house, one in the garage, one in the outdoor cabin. So we have 3 wood stoves that we regularly have going. And we do have our propane backup furnace, but propane's not cheap, and we're trying to use as much of our own resources as possible. Let me just clarify, because I've had a few people question, I am not from New Zealand. This is one of my travel shirts, but I have several of them. They were given to me as a promotion, and I don't waste, so I'm gonna keep using them. So let's get back to the fire starters. And I got a really itchy nose, so I keep just scratching at me. I have used these type of things in the past, and it's not a brand name that I'm promoting or anything, but they're super heavy. They're super expensive. So don't like using those. And there's a other form, fire starters. They're also very expensive. Now what I found about these is, yes, you're spending the money. They might be convenient, but if you're out ice fishing or you're winter camping, these are, number one, heavy to carry around. This one more so than this one. They're not waterproof. And I like to try and make things as much as possible here. Now, what I found is, especially for backpacking and camping, and of course, there they are. You want something light. So I've started to make these super light, pretty amazing little things that don't cost a lot to make. And I'm gonna show you here. I'm gonna actually turn the camera down so you can watch what I'm doing. There. I'm gonna throw one of these into some water. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to demonstrate to you on why I found that this works really great for our family. So here we are. I should get a match out before I take it out. So you're camping or ice fishing, you take your puck. Now I find the best thing to do is crack it and twist, because what you're doing is exposing the cotton. Now this was submerged in water, but look at this. That's a quick fire starter. This will last for quite a bit of time. A few minutes, about 5 minutes, which is enough to get your fire started. This is so much cheaper than these things. Really light to camp with. See how the flame is getting going? Yes, this is why we use these. And I will use this again. By the way, I'm not wasting that. So what I'm gonna do is show you, can't get this up. I'm gonna show you how to make these simple fire starters, very economical. And you can use them for your indoor fires, or you can use them for ice fishing fires, camping fires. If you're backpacking, amazing, because they're super light, waterproof, and they work. So join me today as we make some fire starters. I'm gonna break up the candle as best as you can. I usually do this out in the garage, but it's too miserable out there. That wick for later. And the smaller you break it up, the easier it is to melt. But I am trying to hurry here so I can show you how this works. Now I'm going to put some water in this pan, and then I'm going to place the bowl in it and slowly melt the wax. Now I'm just going to use a bamboo skewer to stir it around because I don't want to waste any of the cutlery. Let me get this melted and come right back. I've got these melting on the stove, and yes, if you break them up into smaller pieces, it does go quicker. I also had a really hard time getting the wick out of the candles, so I've just placed it in there and I'll pull them out after. But I'm adding in a total of 5 candles, and it's easier for us to do the math at the end to see the cost. But I'm just going to keep stirring. It's easier when the wax is already getting hot to add more candles. So start off with a few and then add more candles as you're going. It will melt a lot faster. Just take your time, keep it on a low boil, and here we go. It's melted nicely. You can see the wicks in there. I'll pull those out after. And we are ready to take this over to the table. I will keep the water in the pot. Okay, so now that we have our wax melted, I use a good tong. Wax is hot. Don't have your animals around at this time because we don't want any accidents. You pick up your cotton swab, you dip it in the hot wax. I do it a couple of times. Let it just drip off, and then I place it on some parchment paper. I want it to stick a little, so let's just do that one a little bit more. Grab another one, throw it in there. Now, some people use an accelerant before they dip the wax. I honestly don't find it's necessary. Find the wax and the cotton is all you need. And then I'm just going to keep going and just drop it in there for a couple of seconds. Let it soak in well. There we go. See how quickly this is moving? Not a difficult thing. Now, I ended up melting 5 candles out of my 20 pack, and I am doing as many as possible out of this 100 pack of cotton, because we're going to see how many we can get out of this. Let's move through this. It doesn't take long. Okay, so we are done. I have 50 of these fire starter pucks. That was 5 candles. So if we're going to do the math, 20 candles, 2 packs of 100 cotton swabs, which is that would be 200 cotton swabs, a pack of 20 candles. This is about $3, candles $10. So you're going to have 200 fire starters for $12. Pretty good money. Now, I'm going to take these, putting them in a Ziploc bag, and I am sending this with my son, who is going to be winter camping this weekend, and then I'll get his feedback. I know that these work. I know that they're a money saver, easy to do. They're all good to go. I'm just waiting for all of them to harden up well, and I'm going to pack this up for them. So I hope you try this. If you like this type of homesteading information, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. This is something that everybody can use. Great emergency fire starters, great for everyday use. Thanks a lot. Have a great day and go live your best life.